Hello and welcome to the second video in the Fundamentals of Programming with JavaScript series. In this video I'm going to show you everything you need to get up and running and write your first line of code in JavaScript. The first thing you're going to need is a new folder. I'm just going to create one on my desktop and I'm going to call it JavaScript. So you can go ahead and open that new folder. And the second thing you're going to need is a text editor. One option is to use Notepad or whatever text editor is native to your operating system. And I'm not sure what Mac or Linux uses, but Microsoft uses Notepad. Within Notepad, you can write code perfectly fine, but it's going to have to be all manual. There's no help whatsoever from Notepad. So I don't recommend using Notepad. Some other options are TextPad, Notepad++, or Sublime Text. Now Sublime Text and TextPad++ have additional features such as line numbers. They have autocomplete. When you're typing stuff in, it'll give you suggestions, and then you can just press tab and it'll complete that line of code for you. Makes it significantly faster to write code. It also has highlighted keywords so that you can read your code easier, and a bunch of other stuff. And the final option is Visual Studio. Well, not the final option, but another option that I'm going to give you in this video is Visual Studio from Microsoft. I'm using Visual Studio 2013 Premium Edition. You can get the Express Edition for free from Microsoft's website. I'm going to have links to all these programs in the description so that you guys can try them out and choose whatever's best for you. So, once you choose your text editor, you're going to want to create a new file. The first file you're going to want to create is an HTML page. Now we're not really going to be using HTML much in this course. We just need the page in order to link our JavaScript to the website, because JavaScript is one of three main things that a website uses to run. The first one is HTML. HTML holds the content of the page. This is going to be things like images, videos, text, etc. CSS is the style of the page, so that's things like font color, background color, like size of text, stuff like that. And then the final thing is JavaScript. This is the behavior of the page. This is the programming, and that's what we're going to be learning. So in order to use a JavaScript, you're first going to need an HTML page. So if you're using Microsoft Visual Studio, it's going to autocomplete the basic outline of a HTML page for you. If you're not, I'll run through what's here so that you can type it in. The first type is the doc type, just doc type HTML. That just tells you the version of HTML that you're using. You're going to be using HTML version 5. So the next line is HTML tag. This opens up the body, well, not the body. This opens up the page of HTML. This tells the browser that everything that you're going to need is right in here. So the next thing is the header. So the head has this. We don't really need this. The head also has the title in it. The title is what shows up on the tab of Chrome or whatever browser that you use. So we're going to name this page simple page. The next thing you have is the body. And the body, this is what holds most of the content. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put a header. H1, that just means a main heading pretty much. So we're just going to type in headline, exclamation point, because it's an exciting headline. The next thing we're going to add is a paragraph. So in the paragraph, we're going to say this is a very simple web page. And that's all you need for your HTML page. The next thing you're going to need to do is click File, New File. And this time we're going to create a JavaScript file. Now if you're using a different text editor, let's say you're using this, you just do a file, save, and when you type in your file name, whatever you want to name it, just type JS when you're creating the JavaScript file. And if you're creating the HTML file, just type HTML, and that's going to go ahead and let programs know that this is what type of file it is. But if you're using Visual Studio, it automatically does that for you. Okay, so we don't need this comment here. So this is our JavaScript page. Let's go ahead and save that. And I'm just going to name it script script.js, and I'm going to have that in my desktop folder called JavaScript. Now let's go ahead and save our HTML file as well. I'm going to name that container.html. And now you can see we have both our files in our folder. Okay, so the next step is to link our JavaScript file into our HTML. So just go right to the head and type bracket there, and then type script. And since I am using a more advanced text editor, it's going to auto-complete that for me. And then within the script tag, we write src equals quotation, and inside the quotes, you just type the name of the file. So script.js. And then you can go ahead and save that. And now let's open up our HTML file with whatever browser you choose. I'm going to use Chrome. And now you can see we have our simple page right there. It says simple page. We have our headline and our paragraph that says this is a very simple page. So that's all you need to be up and running with JavaScript. Now let's actually write our first line of JavaScript. We're just going to do an alert, which is a pop-up box. So alert. And then we just type in whatever message we want in there, and it's going to pop up in a box. Hello world. And then we end each statement in JavaScript with a semicolon, which we'll get into in the next video. So let's do that, save that, and then refresh. And as you can see, we have a JavaScript alert, hello world. Alright, so congratulations, you are up and running with JavaScript now. In the next video, we're going to get deeper into the syntax of JavaScript and write some more code. So I'll see you then. Thank you.